All right, fellas, let's see. That gone. You boys is on fire. Cars in the cut. What's up, DJ? Ray, cars in the cut, 301. Tulu. Yeah, you did. I posted it. I posted an 8 a.m. wake up call. Guys were in the truck zoo. Look. Yeah, all right, boys and girls. So let me show you something. So I had a visitor today. Y'all know who come see me today? Y'all know who come see me today? I had a visitor. Yes, sir. Had a visitor. Sure did. Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything. Build on a Budget came by. That Sprite looks collaborated. But anyway, Built came by and hung out for a little bit. We talked. You know what? It ain't all about working and all that, you know. Money's great, everybody's got to have it, you know, and that's okay and that's fine. Built come by. I'm not going to tell you what happened. Built's going to post it on his video, so y'all going to have to go to Built and watch Built and see what happened. But Built come see me this morning, and we talked cars, and then we talked about life, and then we got talking about all kinds of crazy. We got talking about a lot of stuff, a lot of intellectual conversation, not a debate, but back and forth with each other on how I see things from my perspective, and on how he sees things from his perspective, and we're not talking about car game. We're talking about life in general. And I said something to him as the fact is, people that, I say this very lightly, people that are brave enough to come up to me and ask me about Owen, my son, I'll talk to him. I'll talk to you about him. I'll tell you about him. I want you to ask me, right? I want you to ask me. I want you to talk to me about it. And then I have people that drive 14, 16 hours to come talk to me because they've lost a child. And then we talk about it. And even though somebody comes up to me and says, hey man, I lost a child, I know what you're going through. Now, I know this to be a fact, even though I've lost a child, and if somebody comes up to me and says they have lost a child, and they say, I know what you're going through, that is just common courtesy to say, hey man, I know what you're dealing with, right? But you actually don't. Nobody experienced the same thing the same way, okay? And my channel is about life. We might be talking about gardening, we might talk about bush hogging, I don't do politics and I don't do religion. We can do that in private if you want to. That's not what this is about. It's just life in general. You know what I'm saying? Just life in general. Because Build on a Budget said, let's be honest, I'm a black man and you a white man. Let's talk about it. And I love conversations like this. So I shared something with Built that Built didn't know, that I grew up and I was the minority when I went to school. I was the minority. So when I say that I grew up experiencing that culture, it's not saying that I experienced it the same way, because let's be honest, I'm a white guy, all right? I mean, if you didn't know, I'm white, okay? But I don't see color. I see character, I see integrity, and I see work ethic, and I see what you do, right? You could be purple, green, yellow, orange. You could look like a damn busted up bag of Skittles on a hot tin roof that's melted all together. I wouldn't give a shit. I wouldn't care. I don't care. But I grew up that way. So I know that I'm familiar with that culture. We talked about killing hogs, and he's like, yeah. He didn't say it, but I was like, yeah. The hogs got killed back in the day, and the white folks took all the good meat, and the black folks took the feet, the tails, the chitlins, the souse, the nose, the ears. We made head cheese. We made that. And he's like, you know about head cheese? I said, I know it all. Right down the street here, like not even an eighth of a mile. My uncle's got a smoke shop right down there. I done it growing up. We'd bust a damn hog in the head, and we'd make sausage and chitlins and souse meat and head cheese and sea loaf, and we would make all that, and everybody would come from miles around, and they would buy sausage. And my uncle sold sausage, $2, like $1 a pound, and we made it right there on the spot. And then you got other folks, they took everything else, right? I grew up in that. So I understand that. Man, I know how to eat poke salad. I know how to make turnip greens. I know this, that. Look, I'm not your average white guy. If you didn't know by now, you better find out. You better check the receipts, right? So I would never say that I know what it feels like to be another person. I can tell you what it feels like to be me, right? And Bill said something that was pretty impressive. He says, "What are you?" And I was like, "What?" He said, "What are you?" If somebody walked through that door right now and they seen me and you standing here, what would they say? There's a white guy and there's a black guy. That's right. But DNA.com, it says that you're 36% this, 36% that, 30. But what are you? So if people mingle, cultures and race mingle, then people don't know what they are. I'm a white, black, yellow, brown, red bone, freckled, high yellow, cappuccino, whatever. And I say those words very lightly because I got friends. Jeff, he's red bone. And if you don't know what that is, I lost you before this damn conversation even got started. If you don't know what a red bone is, we can't even talk. We ain't even on the same level, I promise you. If you don't know what cappuccino is, and I ain't talking about the damn drink, we ain't even on the same damn level. So you need to go sit down at the kiddie table while us grown folks talk. So I'll give you a minute to go sit down. So us grown folks can damn talk. That's what we talked about today. And Bill got here at 9:30. And Bill did not leave until like 1:30. 1 o'clock, 1:30. And he's like, man, I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. Nickel holding up the dollar. Easy cars in the cut. Easy now. Easy. He's like, Jay, I'm sorry holding you up. I said, Bill, you are always welcome here at my shop. We will sit down here. We'll play bones. We'll play whatever. We'll sit here and we'll talk, whatever you want to do. I can make money at night. The fellowship, that's what means the most to me. And I've said it before. You know, yeah, he's going to get us in trouble. But, see, John don't know. John just, but that's what we talked about. And Bill said this, you know, he says, when you have a conversation with your kids, if your kids are going to go out for prom night, and I'm sorry that this is the way it is. If your kids go out for prom night, you have a different conversation if I have my kids go out for prom. And he ain't telling no lie. But he also said there's bad people in the whole spectrum of every color, every race, But that's not what this is about. But I wanted to tell y'all that we talked for like 3.5 hours about life. He asked me questions. He's like, Jay, he said, let me tell you something. When Bill came here, he wasn't dressed to work. Bill come in, I couldn't take a picture of him because my phone was over here. Bill come in fresher, cooler than a damn polar bear's toenails, baby. He come in here in his Adidas jumpsuit, black Adidas jumpsuit, pinstripes down the side, his little hat going on, his sneaks. He was fresher than a cut grass, baby. He come in, and I'm like, Bill, I smell a little bit of that aftershave, man. What you doing, man? He come, oh yes, sir, car's in the cut. He come in here, suited and booted and ready to go. I told him I wanted him to look up underneath that truck, and I said, you want me to get you a blanket so you don't get dirty? And he's like, come on now. I said, let me get you a blanket so I can lay it down so you don't get your thread, so you don't get your drip all dusty. So, but when Bill came in, I was drawing this. I was making this. All right. So basically, this is a bracket that I'm going to make, right? And then I made it out of cardboard or cardstock to size, and then I'm going to cut it out, and then I'm going to break it, and then this is what I'm making. So this will bolt up, and then this will grab that. So, yeah, he was like a rat turd, sharp on both ends. So that's what I was doing, and then he come out here and looked at some other stuff, but that's enough of that. So let me show you what I got done after Bill left. So, and Bill did not hinder me at all. So you're like, Jay, it looks the same. Yeah, it might look the same, but that right there don't. And Pal J, man, that's what's up, buddy. I appreciate that, man. That right there is appreciative. So that's what I got done right there. I got the coilovers mounted. I made them bushings. I got everything mounted. Y'all notice those uprights are gone, right? And y'all check that out. Huh? What y'all think about that? Y'all like that? Huh? There's them. Where's let me put this thing down. Where's 87 at? 87? There's them coilovers, buddy. There's them coilovers. I know, right? I know, TJ, right? Y'all gonna have to stay tuned to Bilt's video today. I know he got a late start, but y'all gonna have to tap in and watch. I'm sure he'll post something today. But that right there will be good. And before anybody says anything, yes, that'll hold up. So the travel, so I have not adjusted nothing. That is 12.5 inches center line to center line. It's fully compressed at 10 3/4 and fully extended at 4 3/4. So it has four inches of travel, right? Has 4 inches of travel. So that's that. If the ones that's just tapping in, if you didn't see the cross member, there's the transmission cross member. I got it all tacked up. All right, I got it all tacked up. Those are some long bolts through. Like I said, there was somebody going to say something, but this is how Fat Man Fab has been doing their rear coilover system on their F100s for about 50 years. Now, those bolts that are in there, that's the bolts that they recommended. 6-inch long, 1/2 inch bolts. and those are grade 5, but I'm going to replace everything with grade 8. So that's how they set theirs up, and they have been setting their rear coilovers up, like I said, from the late 70s all the way up until December of this past year when Fat Man sold out, and the company that bought the people that bought Fat Man's phased it out over a year, so it's liquidated. But Fat Man Fabrication, but like I said, that bottom piece. Now, I know people will say that, but this is what this is for. So this, if I don't like it, and that is what this is for. So this right here is to go down there on the bottom, which if I put this at the bottom, I got to redo everything. I got to redo how it mounts, because these coilovers mount this way. So if I use a bracket like this, if I make this bracket to bolt down there to them holes, then I have to change everything and reload it. But nevertheless, let's see what it looks like. Y'all want to see what it looks like? So let's see what it looks like. Oh. We got to pull the locker. And I use these bits today, these drill hogs. Oh yeah. Well, they done. Yeah. See, these are the bolts. I mean, they pretty, nope. You can't turn the bottom of this shock. Not on these. You can on QA1s. You can't on these. These are fixed bodies. Yeah, you can't turn the bottoms. These are fixed. As far as I can see, they don't rotate. Now, I looked at them yesterday and I was like, well, they don't rotate like QA1s. So, not to my knowledge. I'll have to look and see. But oh, woo, oh, she's, man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Let me get back. Oh man, that's it right there. It's touching on the frame. That's it. So let's get the tape measure. All right, so we'll have to set the bumper up. So let's set the bumper on, because now the next thing I gotta do is mount the bumper. So let's set the bumper, because we know how tall it was the other day with the bumper on. Come on now, talk back to me. Boy. Let me give him a tape measure. Because the other day, it was the bottom of the bumper to the floor was the height of a Red Bull can. All right? Y'all remember that? So let me get that Red Bull can and measure it. Five and 3/8. 5 3/8. 5 3/8. So it's 6.5 now. So we have lowered the back. So we got 5 3/8 to 6.5. So we got, let me get this thing around here so I can see. So the bumper was 5 3/8. So that's 1.25 inches. So we lowered the tail end down 1.25 inches. Therefore, it brought the front bumper up 1.25 inches. So now, let's see what this is right here. Eight and a quarter to the body. Nine inches, but that don't mean nothing. That could be the body panel. Let's do, I don't know if the wheel wells are symmetrical. That wheel well is 25 inches off the ground. This wheel well is a little bent. 24 1/4. It could be different arches. The front arch could be larger for the turning radius because it had big tires on it, you know what I'm saying? I need to scoot it back just a little bit. It's not all the way back. Yep, it ain't, the frame's not all the way back because that dot right there is supposed to line up with that button right there. So it needs to roll back just a little bit. It needs to roll back just a little bit. What are you doing? You got a piece of pine straw hanging out your ace. Is that what's hurting you? What are you doing? You up here inspecting the work? Huh? What are you doing? Come on now. Get on out here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure oh yeah, it's not slid all the way back. It's not slid all the way back. See that gap? That's about 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch. So the chassis needs to slide back a little bit further. I don't know, I might have to cut that hoop. That sun gun pretty daggone low. But I don't want to do nothing drastic right now. I don't want to do anything drastic because once I put the tires on, that's going to pick it up too. I was looking at some wheels last night. I was looking at some from Detroit Steel. I was looking at some from US Mag. These wheels right here, or these gunnies, they're 22 inches. So they're 22 inches, right? So let's just look at it like this. All right. If we run a 20, yeah, if I run a 20, so this is a 20, and this is a 315 35 20. So this tire here is roughly, I think it's like 28 inch. Yeah, 28 inch tire. So that's a 28 inch tire. What are you doing? Ain't no bugs in here. Hey, get on out of here. So that's a 28 inch tire. So basically, if you measure this, that's 22. And then you got 28. So that's what, 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8. That's 6 more inches. So that means it's going to pick the truck up 3 more it'll pick the truck up 3 inches, right? Because the sidewall is like 3 inches. So it'll pick it up 3 more inches. So everything will come up 3 inches. Everything will come up 3 inches. Everything. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Y'all like it? I hope y'all like it. I hope y'all like it. Yeah, like I said, I roll that back, and then I'll put some bolts in it and bolt it down, and then check from there. Oh yeah, I got the calipers on front. Yep, I got the brakes calipers on the front today. Right there, I got the brake calipers on. I got that done. So I did get a little bit done after Bill left. A little bit. Yeah, I'm ready to, yeah. So that's that. So that looks good. Looks good. Let's pick it back up. That's it. I can't go no higher with this. We'll be in the rafters. I need to trim this. I need to cut back here and go from 1 inch to 0. It's rubbing on that. I need to mount the bumper. I need to go and check everything. I need to go ahead and set the toe in. I need to do that. I need to get the body bushings. I need to get the bumper mounted. Everything's just tacked, like really good. Everything's tacked, really good. Like I said, I got the calipers put on. I got the cross member boxed. So let me out. That hurt. All right, let's see. So you think about it. That right there now is 2 3/4 off the floor. So if we bring this up, yeah, 2 3/4. Yeah, so if we bring it up another 3 inches, so if it's 2 3/4, 2 3/4, 4, 5, 6. So 6 3/4. So the bottom of this will be 6 3/4 off the ground, which I'll be gracious. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. I just ripped my damn pants, my brand new pants. I just ripped my pants. Some of my bitch. My brand new work pants. I just ripped a hole in them. You stupid son of a bitch. Damn it, boy. Anyways, it is what it is. Like I said, everything's just tacked together. Nothing's really tight. These are tight. So I don't know if I'm going to weld these to that or just leave them loose. Like I say, all this stuff is tacked. Hey, TJ. Hey, Lee, I appreciate that. TJ, let me tell you something, big dog. I got blue jeans in there that I have patched together. I have cut apart. I have sewed patches on patches, and they've just got threadbare. And I don't know if most people know what that means, but the blue jeans are just wore slam out. And my wife said, stop fixing these damn blue jeans. But when I go somewhere, people are like, man, where'd you get them jeans at with all them? Man, them things is bad, man. Them things is not. And I'm like, dude, this is work jeans I've sewed. And he's like, man, I probably could sell those jeans, but yeah. So I ended up getting 2 pairs of these jeans for my birthday. And I think I just tore a hole in it. What's up, Elko? Lee, I really appreciate that, man. I really do. So what I was saying earlier, I got the room. I could have shortened this axle 2 inches. Like, I could have brought this face in, I could have moved this over 3 inches, right? And then that would have set this whole thing in 3 inches on both sides. And I could run a larger wheel, but I didn't do that. But that's okay. But I can get a wheel, since he's running those steel wheels with the flat face. We can do the offset where the rim is this way, where it has a positive offset, which the center is more this way, and we can run a wider tire. It ain't gonna be too wide. I'm gonna go and tell you right now. How wide is that right there? Yeah. About a 10 and a half inch tire is about as wide as we're gonna be able to run. But yeah. Let me see if I can get out of here without ripping anything else. And these gouge marks that I gouged, I will weld them up and smooth them back down. Like I said, everything's just tacked really, come on, focus. Everything's just tacked together really good. Let me get out from underneath here where I don't scratch myself. So, but yeah, boys and girls. Nukem, Jay, you gonna watch me soon? I just bought. Well, congratulations. I mean, welding's not that hard. It just takes practice. You just gotta practice. I mean, practice. I mean, I'll show you. Hold on. We'll run a little bit of. What's the project you're working on? It is a 1961 P100, which is P stands for passenger van, but it's actually a 1961 F100 chassis that we started. When I say we, me and my YouTube family, we started building around 10 days ago. So we had a pile of parts about 10 days. I think around the 1st, maybe 1st or the 2nd of April, we started putting this thing together. So that's what we're doing there. Got this 86 Silverado. It's my oldest son. I'm doing that. And then that 68 C10. Let's put some power on this thing. Let's put some juice on this thing. So this is a 50 amp drop cord that I made for the welder. So it is a 50 amp 240 drop cord. So I can literally roll my welder 40 foot anywhere in the shop and just hook it up. Just hook it up. I built this table a few years ago. It's pretty stout. This table weighs about 2,000 pounds. So she's a monster. All right, so let me go out here and get my stuff, and let me get this trigger. Yeah, that is actually a brand new grill, brand new bumper for a 70 C10. Brand new. I took it out of the box. I actually bought it for a client or a potential client. Took it out of the box, threw the box away. They backed out on the deal. I had to eat it, so I hung it up. I told Bill I need to take it down and wash it and spray it down with like Pam cooking oil so it won't oxidize, but all that's brand new. Nukem, put your squints on. Let me see if I can put y'all back on this. Camera stick. Y'all hang tight. Y'all fixing to go for a ride. Y'all ready? Y'all fixing to go for a ride. Well, I said y'all was. Sun gun's crazy, boy. The sun gun's crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Car's getting the box. Yes, sir. Car's in the cut. You can paint that Yukon, baby. You can paint it. So let me see how far this thing is zoomed down. Can y'all see that? Hold on, let me see if I can go the other way. Hold on. How far can I go? That son of a gun don't go much further than that. That thing's gotta go further than that. Can y'all see that? Cause I can't see. Can y'all see that? Y'all see that good? TJ, can you see that? Did you say you could see that? All right. Y'all still good? I hope so. All right, boys and girls. I believe I got it. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? All right. Why is it doing that? Hold on. I'm trying to get it dialed in, so just hang tight. I believe that'll work. Y'all still with me? Y'all still with me? All right. that looks like horse shit. What in the world? Y'all see that? Ooh, that's hot. That's porosity. Y'all see that? That's something blowing the gas out of the way. That is porosity. Mother of pearl. There's a hole in my glove. There's a hole in my boot. Woo! Hold on, let's check something. Oh, I'm getting low on gas. That's fine. Let's try it again. Oh yeah, that mo better. That mo better. That mo better. That mo better, boys and girls. So that's all it is. Oh, is that it? Yep, that's it. That's it. That's it right there. All day, every day. All day, every day. Mother of pearl, don't grab it. Let me go put some water on it. Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything. Oh! Got a little splatter right there, but I'm actually welding right now. I'm booking out in 10 minutes. See, buddy? It's not too bad, not too bad. I had to bump the gas pressure up because I was running out of gas. All right, see that right there? That's where I was losing gas. That's called porosity, right? It just looks bad, whatever. So that's where I started. And then that's where I was running out of gas, the shield gas. You see the little pinholes? So then I went and checked and looked and seen. I went and checked and seen what was going on, and my gas was turned down. So, or the gas was running low. So, but this right here is a whole lot better. Yep, this is a whole lot better right there. So. Oh yeah, that's still a good weld. I mean, it ain't gonna break. I mean, it just looks bad. But that right there, that's what you're looking for. You know, got good penetration, filled it in. So, yeah. So that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. It just depends on it. It's like a never-ending debate, TJ. It's like a never-ending debate. Some people push, some people pull, some people draw circles, some people draw figure eights, some people go forward and go back, forward and go back, forward and go back. They chase the pedal, they chase the drop, and they come back. You have to figure out now if you're going to go get if you're going to go get AWS certified, you have to do what they tell you to do, okay? So you're not, so if I was running, if this plate was like this and I was welding, you can't start at the top and run down, right? You can't start here and walk it down and let gravity help you. You're supposed to start at the bottom and walk it up, right? So, there ain't no worms in there. Yeah, Fix It said usually push. Usually I try to start this way and push it towards me instead of going away. I want to see where I'm coming, not where I've been, you know, so I want to come this way. So it's all personal preference. But if you go get AWS certified or ICAR certified, which I am, you have to do it the way the book says because they x-ray it and they pressure test it and they break it and they see so you can get certified. But I promise you that weld right there with that porosity from the gas being turned down, about to run out, that weld's not going to fail. I mean, it just looks bad, you know. And then after we fixed the gas, it got a little bit of splatter right there. But you can knock that off with a flat chisel or a punch or something. But, like I said, this is just me drawing circles. That's me drawing circles, all right? So I started right there, and then I just drawed circles all the way. I got a buddy that he goes forward and back, 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 forward and back. That's how he does it. And he said that feels comfortable for him. But you just have to make sure you got good penetration, good welds, good solid welds. Yeah, appreciate that, Fix. So what Fix just said, 1 inch of weld, 1 inch of weld will hold a ton. 1 ton. You know, if that's, I mean, I knew it would hold something, but I didn't know how much. So, but I mean, you got to think of it. That wire is, I think it's 175,000 PSI tensile strength. And I'm using argon. I'm using a 105 mix. TJ, you'll be fine. You're probably going to spot weld a lot of that stuff, TJ. You've seen cleaner welds than that in Home Depot? I'll give you 2 seconds of fame. You've seen cleaner welds than that in Home Depot? Oh, yeah. Fix It. I promise you, that son of a gun is like water on a duck's back, rolled right off. Yeah, it's all good. But yeah, you'll be fine, TJ. TJ, I can do a. Just let me know when you're starting to weld your panels. TJ, just whenever you get to start welding stuff, let me know, and I'll take some body panels, like floor pans and stuff, and I'll weld. I'll do like a. What I'll do, TJ, is I'll do like a little video, and then I'll post it, and then you can watch it, or I can text it to you if you want to do that. I can do like a 2-minute video and send it to you, and go from there. On showing you how to do the rosette welds and the plug welds and stuff like that. See, with floor pans, TJ, you don't have to weld them solid. You can overlap them because they're overlapped from factory. You can overlap them, right? You can overlap them and then punch a hole in one, and then put your weld through primer, like your zinc primer or your copper-based primer. You put it in between and that weld through epoxy primer in the rattle can. Now that shit's expensive. And you clamp it together and you just weld those little you weld those little circles. And then go from there. You know what I mean? And do one like every 6 inches and then come back and seam seal it. You don't have to weld it solid. You don't have to weld the floor pan solid. You just have to overlap it, right? So if you take your floor pan and cut one floor pan out and then your filler panel, your placement panel that you're putting in, make it like 1 inch bigger. So when it drops in, it overlaps the other one an inch. So you got an inch here and an inch there. And then pop a hole in the new one, not the old one, and then clean it up and then put spray weld through primer and zinc coating primer, and then take the new one and set it on top of it, right? So you take the center, set it on top of it like that, right? So this is this is the good metal in your floor pan. This is the new one, and you overlap it like that, right? So you got a 1 inch lap, right? And then you pop a hole in that, in the new panel, and then you plug weld it. What's up, Scoot? Yeah, rosette welding is neat, and it's easy. It's easy. And all you do is like filling in ice cream, man. Like filling in an ice cream cone. Like, let me show you. Let me get a sharp, let me get a magic marker and I'll show you. Excuse me, I didn't mean to make so much noise. All right, so let's look at it like this, TJ. So say this is your new panel. You just pop like 3/8 hole, right? So this is your new panel, and then your old panel, the good floor pan's right there. So this is your new panel. You drop it down on there, and you put one about every 4 inches, right? You put one about every 4 inches. And then you can put you some Tech screws. If you don't want to buy Clinkos, just buy you some small sheet screws, right? And what you do is drill the hole in the hole, right? So you don't have to come back. And then when you come back to do your plug weld, start in the middle, like getting ice cream at Wendy's or something. Start in the middle and work your way out. Like a teardrop, you know what I mean? So you start in the center and you work your way out. Some people, I had one instructor, he said start on the edge, start right here, start welding, grab the edge, melt the two edges together, and then fill it in like that. So either way, it's called a rosette weld, and that's what Fix-It Shop put on there. It's called a Fix-It. It's called a rosette weld. So they're very easy. They're very easy to do. What's up, Scoot? And I tell you something else that's easy. Frank's Red Hot. I put that shit on everything. So. What the hell's wrong with that thing? That thing going crazy. That thing is going crazy. Y'all see that thing going stupid? Looks good too. Yeah, and you don't have to grind it down or nothing. I mean, as long as it's nice, TJ, you don't have to grind it down or nothing. I mean, as long as it's got good penetration, you don't have to grind it down. You're going to cover it up anyway. And then just come back around and get you some seam sealer and seam seal the inside and crawl underneath the car and seam seal the bottom and then spray you some undercoating over it, and then you'll be good. Get what out of the box? Oh yeah, get it out of the box, man. Practice, 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 practice. Hey, I got good days and bad days. Some days the welder don't want to act right, and then sometimes my Dynasty 280 TIG machine, that sun gun don't want to act right. I mean, it's just, I mean, they're machines. I mean, they got good days and bad days too. Yeah, penetration is key. That's right. So let's walk right back out here. Like I said, I'm gonna be on here for 60 minutes. And like I said, let me turn the lights on. So got the coilovers on. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Just cut out the bad and then get you some cardstock, get you some cardboard or something, and make you a template of what you need, and then go from there. And all you need is a 16 gauge, or 8. You need a 18 gauge. So TJ, you can go anywhere and buy you some 18 gauge sheet metal and make your own floor pans. That's what floor pans are, is 18 gauge, and just make your own floor pans. Make the ones you can make. So it's 18 gauge. The thickness of it is 18 gauge. I use my 125 flux core. Yeah. Yeah. You'll be fine, man. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You will be fine. You'll be fine. So I got the coilovers in for everyone's that's just coming in. Gonna be on here for like 2 more minutes. Man, look at there, buddy. We got 34 people and 35 likes. Man, we almost got even, tied for tied. I appreciate that. And I really appreciate the 2 gifts. Man, that is very humbling. I really appreciate that, man. I've said it 100 times. It's very, very kind, very humbling. So, yeah, I'm real excited about this. I'm gonna try to get the stuff for the 68 C10 tomorrow, but they're closed Friday, so it'll probably be one day next week. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. I got a lot of stuff going on in the next couple of days. I got to get my garden plowed Saturday. I got a lot of stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it to get that stuff, so it'll probably be the first of the week. So once I think everything's good on this and I get the bumper mounted, then I gotta order some brake lines. I'm gonna start doing brake lines. Oh no, let me take that back. The next thing I'm gonna do is the fuel tank. Gonna build the fuel tank, then start running brake lines, and go from there. And fuel lines, and put the just start doing some stuff and go from there. And then got to set the timing on the engine. There's no torque converter in the transmission, so it don't really matter, but I'd like to. And then I got to get a radiator to put a radiator in, and got to build some brackets on that. I got to modify the power steering pump reservoir. I got to do that. There's just a lot of little stuff, But like I said, the client asked me yesterday when he come by. He was super happy, super excited. He's ecstatic, so I'm ecstatic. And he said, "We're going to be done by Christmas?" And I said, "Well," I said, "there's 3 reasons why we wouldn't be done by Christmas." He said, "What's that?" I said, 3 reasons. Reason number 1, you run out of money. Reason number 2, I finish it. Reason number 3, the good Lord calls me home." That is so this thing originally come out with, now I built this chassis, of course, but the chassis that was under this was a 1961 F100 chassis. The box is by Athens Bodies in New York, Athens, New York. It's all aluminum. It was like a NAB truck, cracker, like a snack machine, a snack delivery truck in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. So the guy wanted to keep it forward. So this is a 94 GT Mustang engine and the transmission. The rear end is the original rear end. It's a nodular 9. I rebuilt the rear end. It's got 373 gears in it. Disc brake conversion. And everything else that you see. Lines Fix It Shop 2 weeks ago was a pile of parts. And every bit of this was built in-house. So, yeah, TJ, yeah. A few weeks ago, this chassis didn't even exist. It was just a pile of parts. And like the engine mounts. I made the engine mounts, the frame rails, the cross member. We made that yesterday. We're gonna modify this bumper to fit, and then we're gonna cut it, tuck it, and we're gonna snip it, cut it, and put it back together. We got to make body bushings. We got to make body mounts. I got body bushings ordered. We got to build a fuel cell. I got some 5052 aluminum in there. We're gonna build a brand new one-off fuel tank, like we build the cold air intake for the 68C10, the functional ram air intake that comes out of the bumper. We done all that, the custom exhaust. Like I said, all that stuff is done from Jet Coat. I'd really like to get it tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it. So, like I said, I got a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to spend, and plus I got to paint that engine down there before Monday, that LSX, that 376. I got to paint that thing before Monday or Tuesday, so he can take it and have it put in his car. Man, there is a lot. That 4-link in the back, why one bar crossed over? Why such an old motor? What do you mean an old motor? 1994 Mustang motor? That's not old. Who asked that question? DJ. What's this? What's this bar right here? DJ, you still on here? Yeah, this is called a parallel 4-link. You're asking me what this bar is? It's called a Z-bar, yes. It can be called a panhard bar, but it's actually called a Z-bar because look, the letter Z, see? It's called a Z-bar. You can run it on the top or you can run it on the bottom. I run it on the top because it's just, you have to run it wherever you can run it, but typically I put it at the top. It's called a Z-bar, and it, you know, Pete, just no ceiling with that motor for big power. Well, yes and no. Hold on a second. This thing's going stupid. Who said that? Freeway. Yes and no. I mean, yeah, what, there's no ceiling. There's no ceiling with that motor for big power. Well, yes. Yes and no. But you can make big power. I don't know what your definition of big power is. First of all, let me ask that question. Freeway rail, what is your definition of big power? Because your definition of big power and my definition of big power is completely two different things. So what is your definition of big power? And that will kind of give me an idea where I need to have this, where we need to go with this conversation. I'm not talking to you, JG. I know where you at. I'm talking to freeway rail. Put some respect. Big power will be 1,000 horsepower, real horsepower. Okay, so if you're making so are we talking about a daily driver? So see, are we talking about a daily driver that makes 1,000 horsepower to the rear wheels? Or are we talking about a street? Or are we talking about a race car? Or are we talking about bracket racing? What are we talking about? See, there's so many variables. You can't just say, well, you can't just say 1,000 horsepower to the rear wheels. Okay. What? Yeah, you can daily at 1,500. Okay, that's right. But this right here is a 1961 Ford box truck that weighs 2,200 pounds, soaking wet. Y'all just hang tight. Let me go get something. Let me show y'all something. Y'all just hang tight. Just hang tight for a second. Y'all talks amongst yourselves. All right, so here we go. All right, hold on a second. Let's see. All right, I'm back. So I have a daily driver Camaro E50, makes 930. Right? All right, so here's the thing. If you're making, all right, let's go back. Fellas, this ain't a sports car. This is not a sports utility. This is not for road racing. This is just for getting in it and cruising and maybe spinning a little wheel here. That 302 was bone stock. It was bored out. It's got a little hot cam in it. It's got some head work done to it. It's going to have Sniper. It's going to have the new Holley EFI Terminator Max system on it. It's probably going to be around 400 horses with an automatic transmission. It's got 373 gears. It's going to run a 28-inch tall tire. It's going to be a fun little thing to drive. It's going to be a fun little thing to drive. It's going to be cool. I mean, it weighs like 2,100 pounds, if that. It's aluminum. The whole box is aluminum. And it's not built for that. I mean, that's not what it's about. I mean, it would handle like absolutely crap because it's top heavy. So when somebody says that there's no ceiling for power for a 302, yes, it could be, but not in this application. I mean, in something else. I mean, you could put a supercharger on it. You could put nitrous on it. You could put turbos on it. I mean, you could put whatever, and you could get as much as it would handle. But the problem is, it's going to be a tire burner, and it's not. I mean, it's going to be a tire burner now, and it's just a little thing. So, I didn't see the cab at first. I just seen the frame boxed in. That's why I'm asking about. Yeah, that's the box. That's what's going on it. Yeah, that's it. It's a box. But if you're making 1,200, if you're making 1,000 horsepower to the rear wheels, everybody that's throwing those numbers out, you sound pretty educated. Then you're losing. That means 33% of 1,000. So you're making like 1,300 plus to the flywheel on a daily driver. 1,300 horsepower to the flywheel on a daily driver. And then you're putting down 1,000 horsepower to the rear wheels. That's pretty damn impressive. I built a Molly aftermarket performance Mustang when I worked at Petty's, and it was twin turboed, and it made 1,475 to the rear wheels. To the rear wheels, it made 1,500 horsepower to the rear wheels. You could not drive it. You could not. And this thing had the best of everything. Everything. Suspension, wheels, tires, you name it. I mean, it was, Molly gave the car away. It went to SEMA and they gave it away. The thing made like, it made 1,500 horsepower, which I mean, it damn near did. You couldn't even drive it. I mean, you put it in first gear, you'd have to baby everything, because if you literally fell out if you literally fell out on the bypass to pass somebody at 60 mile an hour and just mashed the pedal, it would boil the tires at 75, 80 mile an hour going down the road. So when the person that won the car, they sent it back to Petty's, and we detuned it all the way back down to like 975, because they turned down the boost. They changed a bunch of, because you could not drive it. You could not drive it. You could not drive it. All right. I had a friend that had a Dodge Neon, the little turbo Dodge Neon that Dodge come out. alcohol, methane injection, and all that stuff. It made 1,200 horsepower to the front wheels. You couldn't drive it. It was just, it's not even fun to drive anymore. So that gets us in here on this truck right here. This truck here is a 408 stroker TKM engine built at TKM Performance. And it's potentially to make 1,000 horsepower to the flywheel. It's supposed to be like a 950 horsepower kit. But this engine right here, this is a complete engine, turnkey. Well, I mean, this engine was built at TKM, and we fired it up the other day and got it running and broke it in and all that stuff. This thing is going to the dyno in a few weeks, and I'm kind of potential to see what it's going to do. And it's supposed to be 950 horsepower to the flywheel. Well, it's a 5-speed. Now, it's dusty. Don't get me wrong. It's dusty. I got to clean it up. I might do that tomorrow. It's a 5-speed. It's a 5-speed, right? It's a 5-speed. Right? It's got 315s on the back. It's got a Moser built 12-bolt. The best that you could buy. And it's going to be a tire boiler. But, oh no, 5-speed kills the consistency. But why do you say it kills the consistency? 5-speed kills the consistency. Why do you say that? Yeah, it's a 5-speed. Yeah, it's a American powertrain TK. It's their 5-speed that's got upgrades in it to handle the engine. Nothing outshifts new automatics. But see, Freeway, trim it. You're trying to compare apples to oranges. See, that's not what these are not what these builds are. These builds are not for racing. These builds are for people to get out here and have a good time and cruise and stuff like that. This used to be an old race car driver. He's had fast drag cars. He's had this. He's had dirt track. He raced NASCAR. All that stuff. He had all that. Top fuel, this, that, whatever. I asked him, I said, you want to put an 8-speed automatic in it? He's like, hell no, I want to change gears. I'm 60 years old, I want to change gears. Okay, not a problem, change gears. I'm building a 12-valve twin turbo Cummins, and everybody's telling me put an automatic. Guess what? I'm putting a damn 6-speed behind it, 6-speed manual. I'm putting a 6-speed manual behind it. Everybody's like, put an automatic. But right here it is. Here's the truck. There's the truck. 12-valve twin turbo Cummins with a 6-speed transmission. So, and my 54 Bel Air coupe that's out here. It has a 383 stroker with a 142 cubic inch blower in it. It has an automatic. It has a turbo 400 from Monster. It's right here. Guess what? I got a 5-speed to put in it. I've already put the pedals in it. It runs and drives. And one day I'll drop the transmission out, automatic, and I'll put a 5-speed in it. I like shifting gears. Hold on a second. It says, I deal with that at my shop all the time. I own a speed shop, man. You can't win. You're damn. Oh, yeah. You look. Well, the drive shaft in that 68 C10, PTS builds all my drive shafts. That dry shaft is rated at 2,000 horsepower and 1,500 foot-pounds of torque. So the dry shaft is not going to be the problem in that truck. The problem in that truck is going to be tires, burning the tires off of it. If you ever put any slicks on it and where it would bite, then we'd find it. I mean, he's talking about putting a Pro Charger on it, and I'm like, dude, we ain't even, just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Just stop. Plus, manual transmissions, I mean, they're anti-theft. I mean, most people can't even drive a 5-speed. So what? I'm just admiring from another angle. Oh, yeah. Freeway. No disrespect, buddy. No disrespect. Yeah, no disrespect. This truck right here is my son's truck. I'm building this truck right here for my son, my oldest son. This truck right here has a 4.3 V6 in it. It's a 1986 1986 Silverado pickup truck, a C10, not a R10. In 1986, in March of 1986, this man ordered this truck, bone stock, loaded with a Silverado 10 package with a 4.3 V6 with air conditioner. I bought this truck for my son 3 years ago. I drove it, got it running and driving. I drove it for like a year and a half. I put like 15,000 miles on it. It runs like a friggin' sewing machine. Needs a sewing machine. Everybody says LS swap. It's got a 4.3 V6, has a turbo 400 in it, has a the big 12 bolt rear end. I'm not putting an LS in it unless he tells me he wants to. If this engine goes kapooey, I want to find a Colorado or a 1500 Chevrolet pickup truck with an inline 4 turbo with an 8. The Colorado has the 8-speed. The Silverado has the 10-speed. I want to put a inline 4-cylinder turboed with an 8-speed automatic transmission in this truck. That's what I want to do. Yes, see, that's right. Freeway. Those right there, 4.3 V6s are great. I've even looked at the turbo kit for that thing. But this truck runs, hell, we'll fire it up. Cold start. I mean, look, runs like a friggin' sewing machine. Purring like a kid. Look, 77,000 miles. Look, that's the original floor pans. Everybody asked me, did I paint them? No, I pulled the carpet out so I could do the wiring in it. That's the original floor pans. This thing has no rust. I pulled the dash out. It had this surface rust from sitting under the garage at the old man's house. And then I built all that stuff in there. We built a custom floor in the bed. It's got 22 by 12s on the back. Check this out, Freeway. We building a blow-through box. This is the first box. This box right here has, I can't even get my daggone. You can't see it. There's 2 6.5s and 2 4.5s, and then all them tweeters, and then that hole right there. I'm taking the wood out. I just put it in there for whatever, but everything will get sheeted in metal. It'll be a full metal floor, all stainless steel air lines, and then we're building a box right here with 4 or 6 L7s are going right here. And we're going to blow through there, and then I'm going to build a custom metal floor. So when you come up to the truck, the only thing you're going to see is a metal floor with a picture window with all this disco lights and stuff with all the air ride and all the speakers and the amps and stuff in there. And then here's the box for the 68. I don't know if you've seen that, but there's that box. Yeah, here's the L7s. These are going in this truck, building a blow-through box. We're going to try to get 6 of them in a box all the way across there. And like I said, the wood is in there just for mock-up. This stuff is not even bolted down. It's just mocked up to get all the lines. All these lines right here, not going to run these. These are just for temporary, doing all stainless steel braided lines like this right here. Doing all stainless steel braided lines. Speaking of G bodies, so this is 84 Cutlass, also known as OG6. I started stripping it. We've already stripped the deck lid. We've already stripped the hood. That right there is going in it. Got a Chuck Norris, got a Norris cam ordered. That right there is a LM753 with a 4L60. Right there. That right there is a Brian Tooley 376 LSX. I got to paint. I got to paint it from orange to black. Yes. Putting, talk to Red's Hydraulics. They're building me a 2-pump system. Putting 2 pumps in the back, 16 switches. I'm gonna build a battery rack on that side. We're gonna build speaker boxes in here. There'll be 2 polished pumps, all hard lined, everything. So Red's Hydraulic is building that, so it'll have 8-inch cylinders in the front, 12-inch cylinders in the back, and it will be front to back, side to side, and 3-wheel motion. So yeah, got a lot. And then we can't forget the little Toyota. There's a little Toyota. It has a 22R engine in it. Makes about 418 horsepower. TKM built the engine for me. It goes in that. And then this right here is my old turd. I've had this car for 20 years. This is a 54 Bel Air Coupe, 2-door. Like I said, it's dirty. I built this engine in this thing in 2008. Oh yeah, we can't forget the wagon. I got a 70 wagon back there, original miles, 70,000 miles. It is clean as a whistle on the inside. It's for sale. It's they only made 11 of them, numbers matching, Pontiac 400. And then right next to that, you can barely see it. Right there, you see the corner of it, 63 Impala. Got to do a 383 stroker from Blueprint in that. So yeah. Easy, 301, easy now. Don't be telling all the secrets. What do you say? Freeway rail. You say you guys are killing it. Hey, dog. You see me? You see me, big dog? Hey, freeway. Shh. Don't be telling all the secrets. Freeway. They ain't nobody else here but me, baby. I'm a one-man band. All this is done with these hands, baby. They ain't nobody in here helping me. They ain't nobody in here helping me. I'm a one-man band. I'm all by myself. There ain't nobody else here. Ain't nobody else here. Nobody. Yeah. I tried hiring somebody, man. I teach it to, yeah, just too much. Too much to get into. Too much to get into, but I'll help you. I know you do, Scoot. I know every one of you do. I know every one of you send me motivation texts. I know I'm slacking on stuff like that, and I apologize, but I know man, look, every day when I get up, every day when I get up, I say, I got to do the 8 o'clock wake up call. I got to do the 8 o'clock wake up call. I got to do the 8 o'clock wake up call. And I do that. Did you run? No, I didn't run 10 miles a day. And you know why I didn't run 10 miles a day? Because I went turkey hunting this morning and I walked through the woods and I done all my walking and my running in the woods this morning. So no, I didn't do 10 miles a day. During turkey season, I'm kind of slack on the gym because I go to the gym in the evenings and I go turkey hunting in the morning because it's turkey season and it cuts into my shop time. So I lose a little bit of shop time and then I get back and then I go in the evenings. What was that about this morning? You keep me motivated. Well, I appreciate it. What was that about this morning? What was what about? What was what about? I don't even know what you're talking about. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on. I hear you, but you shouldn't say you do it when you don't. What? JG, what are you talking about? I didn't say I run 10 miles a day. I didn't say that today. The 8 o'clock morning walk, 8 of May. Yeah, I heard one. He was way off, way off. He was on another property. He was on somebody else's property. He wasn't on mine. Yeah, I did. I do. I go to the gym every day and I run 10 miles and I do weight training for about an hour and a half, 2 hours every single day. Every single day. But also, if you would have listened, what I also said is during turkey season and during duck season, my schedule changes, you know. So I don't have to go to the gym every day because I'm running in the woods every day. So there's just not enough time in the day for me to do. If I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go chase ducks and then I hunt till 8, 9 o'clock, then I come back to the shop, then I've already missed 4 hours in the shop. So when I get to the shop, I work all day and I catch up for the time that I missed. And then by the time my family comes home, like they're home right now, I get off here, I eat with them, and then it's summertime, it's winter, it's starting to warm up. I got yard work, I got chores, I got to mow, I got to do this, I got to do that, and then I come back out in the shop. You did before. Well, manipulation is real. I know I did before, and I never said that I didn't. You'll be okay, dude. You'll be all right. I'm sorry that it bothers you that I don't go to the gym every day and run 10 miles. I'm sorry that bothers you beyond recognition, but it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. So look, I'm in pretty good health, you know, to be my age. Most people couldn't even keep up with me half a day, and a half a day to me is 12 hours, and most people can't even outwork me, you know. It's like the shirt says, you will not outwork me. But lies are lies. How is it a lie when I normally go to the gym every day and I work out every day and I run every day? But during turkey season, so should I say, I'm gonna give you a little bit. So should I say, no, hell no, hell no. You brought it up. You done pulled it out. So let's go. So you say, so since I didn't tell you and get you to approve that hey, is it okay that I'm not going to go to the gym today? So for the next 30 days, it's turkey season for North Carolina. So is it all right with you that I don't go to the gym every day? Is that all right with you? Can I get your permission not to go to the gym every day? Is that okay? Is that okay with you? See, you done. It's not my bad. It's your bad. So I'm supposed to ask you for permission, get your approval, what I'm supposed to do? Man, I've backed up to the curb more than most people went straight in their life. And most people on here that's on this chat probably couldn't even run 10 miles a day. Matter of fact, probably most of them in here probably don't even go to the gym. Yeah. Just because I said that I go to the gym every day and I run every day 10 miles and I do that. I said I do that every day. But I should have put a clause in there and said, I go to the gym every day except during turkey season and duck season. I don't go to the gym. Is that okay with you? I'm glad I know where I stand, where I should get your approval, what I can and can't do. Hey, I'm gonna go in here and take a piss. Is that okay with you? Do you want me to pick the lid up, or you want me to put the lid down, or do you want me to squat? Do you want me to squat down and piss? You want me to sit down and piss, or do you want me to sit there? Oh, I'm telling you what. Oh yeah, he got me rattled. Calling me a liar. Yeah, calling me a liar. I might be a lot of things, but I ain't a liar. If I tell you a damn chicken got a snuff can under his hand, you better go get it. You can do a lot of things in this world, but calling me a liar is not one of them. Not one of them. Yeah. Ain't gonna happen. You picked the wrong one, man. The wrong one. The wrong one. The wrong one. All right, boys and girls, ladies. All right, boys and girls. Hey, TJ, a little update on these things right here, TJ. Little update on this, TJ. These things right here work really good. Hey, TJ, I found out the other day, I haven't seen them, but somebody told me about them. They make flapper wheels. Richard, some people don't understand what it means to be honest. I know what it means to be honest. I didn't know I had to get his permission to change my schedule. Everybody that knows me, when it comes to duck season and turkey season, my schedule changes. And I chase turkeys, you know. I mean, TJ, so what I was going to tell you, TJ, is I got told yesterday or day before yesterday, they make flapper wheels. I haven't seen them. I'm going to have to Google it. They said they make flapper wheels that are radiused all the way out. All the way out around the edges, right? So instead of being square like this, see, all right, so let's look at these. All right, let's look at these other ones. Where's the other one at? Well, that one's about gone. That one's about gone. Okay, here's, all right, so. Oh, here's a brand new one. So here is this one, TJ. So this one right here, right? See the thickness of it? All right, this one here is threaded, so you don't even need to do the locking nut. Look how much, look at the difference. All right, look at the difference. All right, so you don't even need the locking ring to hold it. It's just threaded on there. And let me tell you something, TJ. When you fire this thing up, that thing's like a fan. I mean, it makes a, I mean, it sounds like it's fitting to leave here. I didn't get to 301. I didn't get to them because Bill got here and I got, you know, I'm not going to say I got behind, but Bill got here. But tomorrow I'm going to do a video on those Diablo saws tomorrow. But yeah, the ones I'm talking about, TJ, I haven't seen them. They're radiused. So they said that they come on out and they radius all the way around to the edge. And then that's the difference right there, TJ, or whoever else goes to Harbor Freight. These are Hercules. Now, these was a little bit more. I think these were $3.99. They're on sale if you're, well, I'm going to Harbor Freight tomorrow. Hey, Woody, have you seen that press brake that Harbor Freight has that you put in your press, and it says it's like 16 inches or something, and you put it in your like your 2-ton or your 4-ton press, and it will bend up to 3/8 plate. Have you seen that? Hey, Woody, have you seen that? This says this works good for steel and stainless. What's up, Chris? Check it out, Woody. I'm going, if I make it tomorrow, if I can make it to Harbor Freight tomorrow, I think it's on sale. I think it's like $179. It's like $179 for it, and it looks just like this. It looks just like this, but it's smaller. It looks like this, but it's smaller, and it's got springs on the side. Google it when you get off of here. The press, the metal press for the press, and then it's got a pin at the top where your press barrel gets in and pushed down. And I think it's like 16 inches across, and it says it will bend up the 3/8 plate. Yeah, 12 inches. Yeah, thanks, Chris. 12 inches. So that is impressive. So tomorrow, I think it's on sale for like $179 or something like that. I think. So I don't do a lot of, like, I can't do 3/6. I can't do anything. This thing right here won't do nothing but like 16 gauge, and it struggles, right? But that right there, if I was to do something wider, like 16 gauge to make a bracket or box or something, I could use that. So tomorrow I'm going to go to, I'm going to try to go tomorrow because I think they're having a sale starting tomorrow. I really don't want to be on the road Friday with Good Friday and stuff. I try not to be in traffic or nothing like that if I can help it. But I'm going to get it, and I'm going to see what it does. I got some 3/16 plate. I'm going to see if it'll bend it. But it should bend it. I mean, put a little Pam cooking oil on it, hit that son of a gun, and she'll go through it. But yeah, I'm going to try that out on that. But yeah, if nobody is a club member at Harbor Freight and you're in this world like Woody and TJ and Chris and, stuff like that. 301, Scoot, uh, anybody like that, I would highly recommend. Being a club member. I would highly recommend being a club member, because the other day when I went in there and I got the compress tool, yeah, you got to have the club member, man. I do the 2 years. The other day I went in there, y'all was with me, and I got those. I think it was Woody that told me that they had that the spring compressor on sale to like $22, and and go from there. The coil springs compressor, it was marked down like to $22, and then the wheels, the rubber wheels, they were like $4.99. And then when I got up there and she scanned everything and done all that, I saved like $41 or something like that. So it ended up getting the tool for free and the 2 tires for free. And here's the 2 tires. Yeah, here's the 2 tires that I put on my hand truck. Here's the, so, and all I did was just cut the other ones off, cut the clip off, put a washer in there, put 3 tacks on it, and good to go. So, yeah. So, but that's what we. But yeah, that's what we're working on. Our Chevy 5-speed, right there. So that's what we're doing right there. Got the coilovers on for the one that's just jumping in. Got the coilovers put in. Got the chassis done. I go with cash. You have to see people. Yeah, Chris. You know what, Chris? You know what I seen the other day, and it's kind of sad, man. I mean, it really is. I mean, honestly, it's really sad. The other day, I was at the gas station, right? I was at the gas station, and I'll tell you this story, and then we'll go from there. So I was at the gas station, and the lady told whatever it was right at the register, and there was a girl and a guy in front of me. They was either in their late teens or early 20s. They could have been younger. I don't know. But the lady told her what her bill was, and she pulled out her phone and opened the app and put in how much it was, right? And then that app told her how much change it told her how much change to count out, like match the quarters, the nickels, the dimes, the pennies. And she reached in her hand, and when she would slide it across the table, she would touch it on the app, and it would like a video game. It was like, okay, you need 10 cents, whatever. And then she counted the change out. And 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 I just looked, and she left, and I looked at the clerk, and I said, "What was that about?" And she said, "Honey, I ain't got a clue." She said, "But these kids, they can't count change, they can't count back, they can't round up. Like if something's like, if a price is something and you give her like $3 and 15 cents, then you get different change back. They just I don't know. So it is. It was crazy. I was at like a Jimmy John's. Was it Jimmy John's? No, Firehouse Sub over at Charlotte and Concord Mills. This was years ago, and I had some $2 bills, and I went to pay, and I went to pay with the $2 bills that I just got from like at Bass Pro Shop or something, and the girl wouldn't take it. She thought it was counterfeit, and I was like, no, it's for real. And she got her manager up there, and her manager wasn't much older than she was, and like, we're not gonna take this. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. So I kept the $2, $2 bill. I paid for it. Me and my dad and some other people over there at the time, and we sat down and ate, and they called mall security over at Concord Mills. And security come over there and was talking to the lady at the register. The guy come over there and he said, hey, how y'all doing? And I said, I'm good, man. How are y'all? And he's like, y'all enjoying y'all's meal and stuff? And he's like, yeah, man, everything's cool, man. What's up? We just talk, and just conversation. And he said, the lady up here at the register said one of you guys tried to pass off some counterfeit money. And I said, do what? And he's like, yeah, she said y'all tried to pass off some counterfeit money and some $2 bills. And he said, what would y'all have? And I said, man, I got these $2 bills that I just got from Bass Pro Shop. And he looked at me and he looked at her and he looked at me and she's up there like, yeah. And we just laughed. We all laughed together. And he's like, I said, yeah, you can't make this up. He's like, dude, they called and said that there was some guys in here trying to pass off counterfeit money, looked like Monopoly money. And he's like, I was like, yeah, man, it's $2 bills. And he just laughed and he walked back up there and he told her. And then the manager come out there and she apologized. She said, I am so sorry. Here's a coupon. Yeah, I said, no, man, it's good. It's good. Man, this was years ago. And she's like, I didn't even know nothing like that exists. I was like, yeah, look it up, Google it, $2 bills. There's a $10. So the guy that I used to work for at Petty's, one of the guys that worked there at Petty's, his name's Dan. This was back in 2014 or something. He collected money. And he asked me, he said, you ever seen a $10,000 bill? And I was like, a $10,000 bill? And he said, yeah. And I'm like, do they even make a 10,000? He said, yeah, they make a 500, 1,000. I think they make a 5,000 and a 10,000. And I think there's another one. And I'm like, I can't remember off the top of my head. And I was like, dude, what? And he's like, yeah, the bank, he had somebody that was looking for him and he finally found a $10,000 bill and he was going to go get it. And he said that would complete his collection. And I said, that's crazy. And I didn't think he was a liar. So I didn't call him out to be a liar. I said, man, that's interesting. I didn't know that they made those. So I did my own research and I looked it up and sure enough, they make a $10,000 bill. So, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, they quit. Yeah. Schools don't teach that anymore. They flipped out. That's crazy. Yeah, TJ. The security guy. He was cool, man. He was an older guy. He's probably in his late 50s. So, he was, at the time, he was probably the same age as my dad. And we just got a chuckle for that. I know, right, Chris? Some places won't even take 50s, man. There's a guy over here in Albemarle. He runs the Army surplus store. He won't take a $50 bill. If you come in and you got a $50 bill, he won't take it because he said Ulysses Grant was a traitor, and he won't even take a $50 bill. Yeah, Chris. I mean, it was crazy, 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 crazy. My granddad gave me $1 coins for Christmas. I turned it. Dude, that's cool, man. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. All right, boys and girls. I appreciate every single one of you for tapping in. Really wasn't going to be on here this long. Been on here for an hour and 15 minutes or 115 minutes. I'm going to use those hole saws tomorrow. I'll probably do a video going there, and then I don't know. I don't know what we'll do tomorrow. We'll do something. But I appreciate every single one of you. Make sure y'all go tap into Built and see what Built put up, and you see what me and Built got into today. And I appreciate the gifts. I appreciate the gifts that I got this evening from, well, the feed's gone. I really appreciate the gifts. Oh, it was Lee and Impala J. I really appreciate that. I appreciate everything, all the support. I will say this. If this channel is not for you, and it feels like that I'm beneath you, then feel free to unsubscribe and go somewhere else. And just take the negativity and all that stuff and just go somewhere else, and go to another channel and do that on somebody else's channel. And it's not that I'm thin-skinned and let stuff get to me, but I take disrespect to a whole nother level. I take bullying to a whole nother level, and I take people that abuse children to a whole nother level. Again, if you don't like what my channel's got, feel free to find the door. And it's not going to hurt my feelings, not one bit. So, no, I'm going to say this one thing to you, JG. I'm not butthurt, and criticism is telling me you don't like the way I done that. I should have done it this way. Insulting and calling somebody a liar is completely two different forms. So I'm going to give you a free pass one on this one. But again, if you don't like the channel and you don't like being here, by all means, you don't have to be here. So the ones that are here, I appreciate every single one of you. The ones that we feed off each other and bop ideas back and forth and laugh and cut up and pick, and that's fine. We'll do that all day, every day. We'll talk about whatever, but that's all I'm going to say about that. Yeah. All right, boys and girls. Y'all have a good one. Remember what I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and drag, piece of them chicken grease them out.